The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you by Flow.
In the headlines, Ministry of Commerce explains suspension of service charge. Government unveils return of laptop program. And the RSLPF conducts raid in Vieux Fort.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good evening. Today is Friday, June 10th. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to another edition of the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We thank you for joining us either on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page, or via the Hot 7 TV plug and play. Following the announcement of the suspension of the 6% service charge on price-controlled goods by Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte, government has officially approved the move. The short-term measure will apply to goods imported from June 1st to August 31st, 2022 to ease the squeeze on consumers. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Sophia Alfie-Henry, explained further how the measure will work.
The government of St. Lucia has decided to completely remove the 6% service charge on all imported price-controlled goods. However, since the announcement, questions have been raised by the public as to how exactly this measure will work and how it will positively impact them. This has prompted the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Sophia Alfie-Henry, to provide further explanation on the specifics of the change.
The short-term measure announced by Honorable Minister Hippolyte will apply to goods imported from June 1st to August 31st, 2022. Goods already imported and either in warehouses or on the shelves of retailers have been priced using the 6% service charge. These prices will remain until goods are exhausted. The price changes are expected for goods being imported from June 1st.
The PS then explained the conditions under which a reduction in the retail price of goods will be realized with the removal of the 6% service charge.
There will be no application of the service charge by the Customs and Excise Department. If the landed cost of the imported goods remain the same, given that the service charge will not be applied and the markup is fixed, then the price to the consumer will be lower.
Certain items will be price controlled irrespective of size, as some goods did possess a size limitation. Example, canned tuna fish, sardines, and toothpaste.
There are 13 items that are currently under price control for a specific size. For example, corned beef. Only the 7-ounce was controlled and not the larger size. Effective June 1st, 2022, the importation of all sizes of goods under the price control order will now be subject to price control. However, a further review of the sizes of these goods is being done, and an update will be provided in due course.
The 6% service charge removal will come into effect on June 1st, 2022. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
Located in the Roseau Valley and hailed as one of the premier distillers and rum companies in the region, St. Lucia Distillers has unveiled plans for what is likely to be the region's most exciting rum tour. A groundbreaking ceremony has taken place for the St. Lucia Rum Experience, described as a bold new investment.
Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre was among dignitaries invited to St. Lucia Distillers for the unveiling and groundbreaking ceremony for the St. Lucia Rum Experience. It is the manifestation of a dream project of Laurie Bernard, the former chairman of the distillery and the namesake of its leading brand, Chairman's Reserve.
It is unfortunate that Laurie Barnard is not here with us, but it gives me great joy and pleasure to know that one of his visions for this company is being realized.
The current chairman, Gregoire Godin, said this new attraction is designed to be like no other rum tour in the region, appealing especially to cruise visitors and hotel guests.
Our ambition is to provide visitors with an experience that is both authentic and unique. Our tour must be sufficiently attractive to appeal to the 700 cruise passengers who enter Port Castries each year, to make them want to go off the boat to discover a place they won't find on any of the other island on their cruise.
The St. Lucia Distillers chairman says the parent company, GBH, is investing $45 million in upgrading the rum production facility, improving the quality of its rum products, and expanding the rum tour. The nearby Roseau community itself will also be a major beneficiary of this project.
Development of our compound will benefit the community since we are going to build a water waste treatment facility to which the community will be connected. Also, we have planned to allocate space for a playing field which will be properly fenced and maintained.
The attendees were taken on a short bus tour through the site of the groundbreaking ceremony, where Prime Minister Pierre also unveiled a sign marking the occasion. Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire welcomed the construction of the St. Lucia Rum Experience, noting it is in keeping with the government's community tourism drive.
This is exactly what we need to have in St. Lucia. And I spoke briefly about the vision of the new government to transform the tourism industry, to remove it from being a hotel and resort-based experience to community experiences, where we can offer authentic St. Lucian experiences to our visitors.
Dr. Hilaire said the inclusion of amenities to benefit the Roseau community is a good outreach initiative by St. Lucia Distillers. He advised the integration of nearby community attractions into the rum experience.
It would be a failing on our part if in a year 250,000 visitors come to this facility and none would stop in the neighboring community. It may be through our community tourism program, we can give them grants to upgrade their restaurants and their bars. So in addition to stopping here, it doesn't have to be all 250,000. A few thousand visitors stopping in the nearby community can add value.
St. Lucia Distillers is projecting that at least 100,000 visitors will patronize the rum experience in the Roseau Valley annually.
Over 2,000 students are set to benefit from the Ministry of Education's laptop program as the disbursement to all secondary schools began on Wednesday, 9th June 2022. Several handing over ceremonies took place at the Education District level, with Ministry of Education officials, respective parliamentary representatives, district education officers, principals, and students in attendance.
On the campaign trail leading up to the 2021 general elections, the SLP cohort had affirmed that it would reinstate the national laptop program upon assuming office, and so said, so done. On Wednesday, 9th June, the Ministry of Education commences distribution of 2,000 laptops island-wide. The target group for this rollout are the present second formers. Education Minister Sean Edward, who was present at the various disbursement ceremonies, explained that the government expended an excess of $2 million to procure these laptops.
Today is truly historic. It's a momentous occasion for not just the Ministry of Education, but for the government of the day. Prior to the elections, on the campaign trail, we did commit to the reinstatement of the laptop program, and today we are in a position to deliver on that promise. So we have procured and are distributing in excess of 2,000 laptops to the Form 2 students in the secondary school system. We started this morning in District 2, where we had a ceremony involving the schools, secondary schools in that district. The parliamentary rep was in attendance, likewise the education officer and the principals of the various secondary schools in District 2. Then we moved to the Leones Comprehensive. This was followed by a mini ceremony at the Clinton Mason Memorial in Denry, and now we are at the District 6 office in Vieux-Fort, where we are making our presentation or handing laptops to the students of the Binfield Secondary and the Vieux-Fort Comprehensive Secondary School. As I said, we are delivering on a promise that we would have made. And so far the government has expended in excess of $2 million procuring laptops for the children in our secondary school system.
Emphasizing the important role ICT plays in education development on island, the minister said that the next step would be to develop the necessary learning tools and software to accompany the laptops. However, in the interim, he explained that the laptops will act as a measure to bridge the gap in education.
We are working on content at the moment. That is critical. It is one thing to have the device, but the requisite content is equally important. But for the time being, students who would not have had access to a computer at home to do their work, who would not have had connectivity, that is an issue that we're also working on. So to complement the island-wide Wi-Fi program that we would have started many, many years ago, where students would have been able to tap into hotspots just for internet connectivity with the service providers, namely Flow and Digital. I know the minister responsible for telecommunications, he has been able to broker an agreement where in excess of 5,000 households in St. Lucia will benefit from bundle packages that would grant internet access and other digital services to families that otherwise would not have been able to access those on their own. So it's a work in progress, but I'm very happy with where we are at this particular juncture.
One of the more notable observations of yesterday's proceedings is that opposition leader and parliamentary representative for Meekwood South, Alan Shasney, was present at the distribution ceremony within his constituency. The opposition and government have long butted heads over the laptop program, with the opposition arguing that students should not merely be given laptops without proper educational software, and that position is still maintained. However, there was a temporary ceasefire on Wednesday as both parties realized that the initiative will assist the development of the nation's children. Incoming Form 1s and new Form 2s will be the next set of beneficiaries come September 2022. Reporting for the Hot 7 TV News, I am Kareem Nelson.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come. The RSLPF conducts a raid in Vieux-Fort Town. Former NIPRO employee pleads guilty to charges of money laundering and theft. And another cohort of farmers are certified.
The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News was brought to you by Flow.